Most people know what the Hubble Space Telescope is, but a remarkable amount of people do not know whose name it is honoring. Edwin Hubble was a famous astronomer in the 20th century, and his legacy is still being carried out by this telescope in space. Exploring the cosmos, encountering breakthrough ideas about space, and exchanging them with other astronomers, Edwin Hubble led astronomy into a new age with his innovative thinking. Edwin Hubble used many new discoveries from the scientific community that helped when finding his discoveries. In the early 1900s, Henrietta Leavitt, an astronomer who taught at Harvard University, made the discovery of Cepheid variables. Cepheid variables can tell astronomers how far away an object is in space and pulsates on a regular basis. Another development was redshift. Vestos Slipster was the astronomer who first discovered redshift in 1912, which Hubble used later to figure out that there was a massive beginning to time and space. Redshift is a theory that if a galaxy is moving towards the Earth, the wavelengths are tightened and become more blue. If the galaxy is moving away from the Earth, the wavelengths get stretched out and appear to become more red. Also in 1917, the Mount Wilson Observatory in California had a 100-inch telescope built, the largest telescope in the world until 1949. These discoveries were important to Hubble because he used these developments to advance the astronomy community. Edwin Hubble knew from an early age that he wanted to become an astronomer, even though he was discouraged to go into this field by his father. His first encounter with space was on his 8th birthday, in 1897. Instead of having a party, he looked through a telescope for the entire night with his grandfather. From then on, Edwin Hubble knew that he wanted to become an astronomer, and he tried to pursue this dream in college. When Edwin Hubble was earning his bachelor's degree at the University of Chicago, he won the Rhodes Scholar, a full scholarship to the University of Oxford in England. However, when exchanging his thoughts with his father about pursuing an astronomy career at Oxford, his father said that he could not go into a thing so outlandish as astronomy. Because of this, he decided to major in law, but still took astronomy courses so that he could become an astronomer. After he got his master's in law at Oxford, Hubble taught in a local school in his hometown, but he was not satisfied with his job. By then, his father had died and he now had the freedom to study the stars. Hubble wrote to Forrest Ray Moulton, a professor that Hubble befriended at the University of Chicago, and said that he wanted to pursue a doctorate degree in the astronomy field. Upon receiving this letter, Moulton wrote to the director of the University of Chicago's Yerkes Observatory in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and said, "Personally, he is a man of the finest type. Physically, he's a splendid specimen. In his work here, altogether, and especially in science, he showed exceptional ability." This was the first step for Hubble in pursuing his lifelong dream of becoming an astronomer. Edwin Frost, the director of the Yerkes Observatory, then offered Edwin Hubble a position at the Yerkes Observatory in 1914. He worked and got his PhD in astronomy there, and discovered a faint nebulae that he further studied at the Mount Wilson Observatory. After World War I, Hubble was offered a job at the new Mount Wilson Observatory in Pasadena, California. All of the work that Hubble started at Yerkes Observatory, he then transferred over to the Mount Wilson Observatory to study the information further. When Edwin Hubble went to the Mount Wilson Observatory, he wanted to answer one specific question: is the Milky Way galaxy the only galaxy? He tried to find the answer by using Cepheid variables. With the knowledge discovered by Henrietta Leavitt, he discovered M33 and M31, two Cepheid variables now classified as in the Andromeda Galaxy and the Trigulum Galaxy, and thought that this proved that there was more than one galaxy in the universe. Excited, he went to the scientific community and said that he had proven the theory that the Milky Way is not the only galaxy in the universe. Despite Hubble's discoveries, he encountered criticism. Van Manen and Harlow Shapley, two astronomers who had also done work with these Cepheid variables, claimed that Edwin Hubble's work was faulty. This created lifelong enemies and competitors between Hubble and Shapley. Edwin Hubble tried again to find evidence that the Milky Way galaxy is not the only galaxy, and the results that were exchanged still have an impact today. At the Mount Wilson Observatory, Edwin Hubble explored for more Cepheid variables and encountered V1, a Cepheid variable in the Andromeda Galaxy, proving that the Milky Way galaxy is not the only galaxy. Edwin Hubble wrote a letter to Harlow Shapley, whom at the time was working at Harvard University, about his encounter. Shapley then said to the student in his room, "This is a letter that has ruined my universe." With V1, Hubble was able to exchange with the scientific community and get recognized for his work being true. The world of astronomy changed when Hubble made this discovery. After proving that there are more galaxies in the universe, Edwin Hubble decided to explore other stars and galaxies. There were numerous galaxies that he found, and he later discovered a better way to classify them. Before then, the way to classify galaxies was purely on an observant scale, a scale based off of the appearance of the galaxy. Even before Hubble encountered the way to classify galaxies, he said in his PhD paper that he did not think it was a good system. He then encountered a modern system for classifying galaxies, which was focused more on how the galaxy was formed, and not just what one can see of the galaxy. The complexity of getting research published was very challenging to any scientist wanting to make a discovery. When he exchanged his work with the scientific community, he was not given credit. Later, the scientific community accepted his work and started to use the Hubble classification system. When Edwin Hubble discovered the theory that there is more than one galaxy in the universe, he started to explore redshift and blueshift in stars, resulting in him creating a theory that the universe is expanding. Hubble encountered that most galaxies are moving away from the Earth. He encountered through redshift that the farther away a galaxy is, the faster it's moving away from the Earth. Hubble then created Hubble's constant, an equation to tell how fast the universe is expanding. He and another astronomer whom he'd been working with, named Milt Humason, both created research papers to exchange their theory that the universe is expanding. Hubble's constant is a theory that helped astronomers realize that the universe is expanding and that there is still much to be learned about space. Today, Edwin Hubble is being honored with having one of the greatest telescopes of all time named after him. Because of the encounters that he made about space, the exchanges of views in the scientific universe, and the exploration made at Mount Wilson Observatory, Edwin Hubble is an important figure for astronomy. Edwin Hubble pushed our thinking deeper into the cosmos, and these discoveries have led to the Hubble Space Telescope that is still exploring the universe. While there is still a lot that astronomers do not know about space, Edwin Hubble's discoveries led to a new era that will push astronomers to discover more about the universe. Edwin Hubble was and will always be remembered as one of the greatest astronomers of the 20th century because of his ideas leading astronomy into a modern age of science.